Yo! What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Moody, your coach of the Westchester Wingulls, and today we have our SSL Season 6 Week 3 matchup versus the West Virginia Wingulls, coached by Fancy. Played Fancy in a bunch of leagues before, and this one be a good one because he has a very threatening team. He has a team of Diggersby, Mega Gardevoir, Mega Scizor, or not Mega Scizor, Scizor, Mandibuzz, oh, beautiful Mandibuzz. Hurts my heart when I have to play against Mandibuzz. It's very, very hard to play against my one true love. Rotom Heat and Mienshao. Well, on my side of the field, we have Cash Money the Tornadoes with Knockoff U-Turn, Heat Wave, and Hurricane with rocking an Assault Vest. And then we have Piloswine with Violite, Ice Shard, Icicle Crash, Knockoff, Stealth Rocks. Then we have Tup Tup with Air Slash, Thunder Wave, Defog, Roost. Tup Tup is designed from Mega Gardevoir. It turns Side Shock into a 3-8 KO after leftovers, and Hyper Voice into a 3-8 KO after leftovers. And then next we have Trish, the Latias, rocking, I believe, Expert Belt, Shadow Ball, Thunder, Draco, and Side Shock. Then, whoops, sorry about that, guys. And next we have Moody Champ making his debut on the team with an Assault Vest, almost max HP, max attack, and enough speed to outspeed Gardevoir if Gardevoir is paralyzed. Max speed Gardevoir, I should say. Max speed Mega Gardevoir paralyzed. And so Machamp is rocking Bullet Punch, Fire Punch, Knockoff, and Stone Edge. Fire Punch for Scizor, Stone Edge for Rotom Heat and Mandibuzz, Bullet Punch for Gardevoir, and Knockoff for General Priority. Then next we have I don't know what I'm saying. We have Isad, the Gastrodon, rocking Scald, Ice Beam, Recover, and I believe Toxic with a Rocky Helmet and almost max defense. This is kind of supposed to be my Scizor switching and a little bit of my Diggersby switching. So his team is really good. This team is really good, and not only is it really good, I think it just matches up with my team like super good. Like there's so many things that could just run through my team. Like first 3 months alone, Diggersby, Gardevoir, and Scizor can just plow through my team. And then Rotom Heat surprisingly does pretty well against mine, especially if he's rocking like HP Grass. And then Mandibuzz is just, kind of another hard mon to kind of take out. Mandibuzz, I'm not as worried about. And then Mienshao is just kind of annoying at times. Generally, it's going to run a Scarf or some sort of band. And then, like, Reckless, High Jump Kick, can be really threatening and can put in a lot of work. But, with Togekiss and Latias, I'm hoping to blow it back. And then, yeah, I mean, it's going to be a tough one. I'm not going to lie. If he gets an agility up with Diggersby, it's probably game over. Like, for real though, it's probably game over. So I got to be very careful about that. And even if he gets like an SD with Scizor, like bullet punches will do a lot. So yeah, so I have to be real careful. Moral of the story. So I think we just decided to lead off with Torn because he can't. I don't think he can knock out Torn in any one hit. So he goes into Rotom Heat, and I decided to just U-turn just to see what this Rotom Heat wants to do. And he decides to drop a Toxic on Piloswine, and I'm like, ooh, not good. He definitely has been. I've played him a lot, so he definitely knows I like to play big, and he definitely knows to pack Toxic on like every pack status Toxic on every single mon. But yeah, so he right here switches, and I decided to get up Rocks right here because I'm like, all right, Rocks are gonna be important for later. And then I'm thinking he might defog right here, but he decided to go for the knockoff and go right for the knockoff on, I guess, if I wanted to stay in. Which wasn't a bad play on his part, but he goes and knocks off my Rocky Helmet. Kind of unfortunate. And then he drops a Toxic on me. So another Mon with Toxic. And I thought he would switch right here. I thought he would actually U-turn into something else. But he doesn't, and he stays in. I thought he would switch fearing Skull Burn, to be honest. And he decides to do Toxic again. So Toxic 3 turns in a row, or almost 3 turns in a row. Knockoff in between. But I decided to scald it up, and no burn, which unfortunate, but is what it is. Then I decided to just recover right here, I believe, and try to get some health back. And we lose a little bit off that. We decided to go into our dedicated switch into Togekiss, and he decides to get up a sub, and I'm like, yikes! Yikes! Mega Gardevoir behind the sub is scary. So we decided, alright, just got an Air Slash right here. Hope for the best. And it does break the sub, which is nice. We decided to go for Thunder Wave right here. Kind of a risky play, but whatever. And then we decided to just go for a Roost right here. And he goes and Thunder Waves myself, and I'm like, ooh, that's kind of nice. That's kind of nice. Honestly, I think this happened to me in GPL. Like, I think I had this exact same matchup in GPL, and I think this exact same scenario happened to me. And as you'll see by the next couple turns, I think it was the same scenario as well. What happened? So he decides to hyper voice me, and I get fully parried. And I'm like, yo, for real? And I decide to just go for Roost right here, and he breaks through paralysis and knocks me out. So he breaks through paralysis like a couple times and knocks me out, and I don't. Togekiss the Haxmon, just getting little hacks out there. I mean, it is what it is. This Gardevoir is crippled. So I decided to just go into Piloswine right here and just click. And he breaks through paralysis again. And I decided to just Earthquake right here. And then right here, I'm like, alright, I'm going to just try to pick this thing off. I don't know if he would want to save this for later. He will have to get rid of rocks if he wants to use this thing again. But he decides to save it, predicting the Ice Shard. And he gets the prediction right and goes into Scizor. And I lose more damage to Toxic. And I am down another Mon. I think I just Earthquake right here because I'm like, alright, this thing's not going to live. And he just goes for the knockoff. And I just let this thing die. And next we decide to go, I think we go into Machamp, yep. And then we just Fire Punch, scare him out with a Fire Punch, and then he decides to sack Mega Gardevoir, so I'm happy at least Mega Gardevoir is gone, but still gotta worry about Diggersby, and Scizor to a degree, and even Mienshao. So he goes into Mienshao, and I looked at Calyx, and it does a lot. Like, High Jump Kick does a lot to Machamp, and I'm like, man, Machamp sucks. I love Machamp, but it kind of sucks. And I decided to go into here, and he gets High Jump Crit, and I don't know if that, I don't think that crit mattered. I'm not 100% sure on that, but he would have been able to knock me out the next turn. I think Toxic would have knocked me out. So I just decided to just go into Tornadus, scare him out, and he goes into this. I probably should have just U-turned right here, but I kind of wanted to just get this Mienshao out of here, and I just go for a U-turn and go into Latias, and then he decides to full switch right here. Does not that much. And he goes into here, and I'm like, okay, cool. We get, if he decides, you know, if he's like Choice Scarf, we can live whatever. And we can just fire off a Draco. I decided the Draco just in case he wanted to switch into like Mandibuzz. And he goes for the knockoff. And I go for the Draco right here. And we connect the Draco, and it does 86%. And I'm like, what is this Mienshao? I asked him after the game, and he actually ran like pretty cool Mienshao set. He ran like max attack, or close to max attack with like 28 speed, Choice Scarf, and like the rest in Spadef to live a Draco from that range. And I'm like, wow, that's actually really cool foresight. Like he basically made it so he would at Choice Scarf outspeed Mega Houndoom. Whoops. Sorry about that, guys. Let me just minimize these windows. Sorry about that. Yep. So he basically made it. God dang it. All right. So he basically made it so he could live a Draco and do that to me. And I'm like, man, I lost. I was like, dang, dog, I lost. And then he just goes for another knockoff. And I'm like, man. So we just go into here and just decide to, I believe we decide to just Bullet Punch, try to knock this Mienshao out. But this Mienshao is slippery. And then he goes into here, and I just decide to knock right here. I believe I knock off, yep. I knock off right here, and then he decides to go here. I wish I had Dynamic Punch. Like, honestly, I just wish I had Dynamic Punch. But I don't. And we decide to just Fire Punch, and we take out the Rotom Heat. And then he just goes into Diggersby and cleans up. And I go into, like, this. I don't know why. I knew I could just live one hit, and he is Scarfed, and he takes me out. And so he's running Dual Scarfers. Kind of unfortunate. I didn't think the Diggersby would be Scarfed. Honestly, I thought it would be set up. But that's the game. Good game to Fancy. I got bopped. I gotta lie. Kind of a tough matchup, and then just, you know, it was what it was. But definitely not taking anything away from him. He played well, and he brought the right things. So good game to him. We followed a 1 and 2. Kind of unfortunate, but we will bounce back. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think of Machamp. I am not a fan of Machamp after this game. But yeah, let me know. Let me know what you guys think of the game. My name is Moody, and I will see you guys later. Peace.